Hello, welcome to the new All in the Family. I'm continuing with my check from the beginning. Episode 3. Fade in. Fade in, voiceover. Previously on the new All in the Family. Internal, the house, living room, day. Giselle. Josh's delinquency? Joey. The kid didn't turn in his homework again. Cut to internal, the house, living room, dining area, day. Giselle. The school says you were delinquent. Josh. Delinquent? I don't have a clue what you're talking about. Joey. Well, how about this, smarty? Take a look here. Shows him the phone. Josh. Oh, that's not reliable. You know how easy it is to hack into a cell phone? Cut to internal, the house, living room, dining area, night. Image, text being typed, user flashes. You gotta fix my school records so they look normal. All of a sudden the phone is yanked out from under him. Josh. Joey, looking at phone. Fix my school records so they look normal? Josh looks really trapped and helpless. Cut to internal, the house, kitchen, dining area, day. Samantha. He's upset you took away his phone. Cut to internal, high school, hallway, day. Josh. Hey, you have to. Michael, in disbelief. Give you my cell phone? Cut to internal, boys' bathroom, day. Image text being typed. Valentina. Okay, send me $100 US in iTunes cards and I'll get completely naked for you. Image text being typed. Joshua. I can't, baby. I'm on someone else's phone now. He'll kill me if I hack into my father's account now. Cut to caption. And now? Internal, school principal's office, dusk. Joey, Giselle, Principal Goodman, and James and Tiffany Boardwick, Michael's parents, a very dejected Josh, as well as Michael, are sitting around a table. I gotta check that name because it's used again later on, and I think I used a different name for the Boardwicks. Okay, if they even are the Boardwicks. Alright, so anyway, they're sitting around a table. Principal Goodman looking as if in a circular motion. Okay, folks, we have a very serious situation here. We've been able to discover a series of hacks that are not only a violation of school policy, but a serious crime that can mean jail time. Joey. Jail time? Principal Goodman. Hang on. It is the school's policy to try and resolve the matter in the best way possible. We haven't reported this crime because we believe this can still be a teachable moment. The boys show great relief. Principal Goodman. What we recommend is a permanent suspension for Josh and summer school for Michael because you were only an accomplice. Joey. How is suspension a teachable moment? It's not us you should be punishing. Principal Goodman. Mr. Stivic, don't think that acting dumb is going to change my mind. Joey. Well, that just goes to show how intelligent you are. Principal Goodman. Excuse me? Joey. If I was acting dumb, you'd know it. Principal Goodman. I rest my case about where he gets his mental deficiency from. We are recommending homeschooling and that he take an equivalency test. Josh, this will go on your record permanently as these hacks not only involve alteration of school records, but theft of large sums of money. The adults make unpleasant noises of shocked dismay while Michael gives an angry look at Josh. Principal Goodman. But we won't report you, so you still have a clean record with the legal system. But I warn you, you don't want to get on the wrong side of the law. Giselle. Principal Goodman, what do you mean by large sums of money? Why is this the first time we are hearing about this? Principal Goodman. We discovered on Michael's phone a transcript of a conversation between Josh and a young lady in the Ukraine in which he admitted to having sent money. Everybody, especially Giselle and Joey, looks and sounds shocked. Josh pales blank. Giselle. I don't believe it. Joey, clenching his teeth. I'm going to kill that boy. Giselle, restraining him gently with her arm on his. Wait a minute, Joey. We don't even know if it's the same thing that happened to you. Principal Goodman? How much money was discovered hacked? Josh freezes, really worried and really scared. Principal Goodman, unfortunately the transcript doesn't say. The young lady asked him for $100, and Josh refused, saying he didn't want to get Michael in trouble, which is admirable, and why I see hope for this boy, in spite of how much trouble he's in. Joey, wait a second. We didn't want to get Michael in trouble, but he didn't want to get Michael in trouble, but thought nothing of stealing $10,000 of our hard-earned money. You must really not like me, Principal. Everybody gasps. Principal Goodman, I don't. But wow, 10,000? Makes me almost feel sorry for you, Mr. Stivic. But I'm going to let that be your problem since it doesn't concern the school. He's all yours. Joey, half under his breath. Yeah, figures. But don't worry, with intense anger still under his breath. He'll get everything he deserves. External, schoolyard day. Samantha is sitting on the ground, phone in hand, leaning against a concrete wall together with a friend, Kamala, a light-skinned girl of color, with frizzy, almost unkempt hair, unordered, sometimes close-cropped, sometimes thick dreads in kinks sticking out, looking somewhat like a boy. Kamala. Wait, your brother got suspended? Oh my God. Samantha, half into her phone, half taking in Kamala. Yeah, it's no big deal. Kamala. You're not worried how it will reflect on you? Samantha. Why should I? He's him and I'm me. Kamala. I don't know. If it were my brother, I think I'd be worried. Samantha. Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. Kamala. I don't know. Maybe it's a black thing. Anything that a family member does, you're judged for. Samantha. Really? Well, that's wrong. Don't let what other people say about your brother bring you down. Brothers are supposed to be stupid. Kamala. I don't really, Samantha. Unless they're good looking and they're not your brother. Kamala. That's not true. Just because someone's good looking doesn't make them smart. Lots of good looking boys are real stupid. Look, if I don't really have a brother. I just meant a family member in general. Why are you always in your phone? Samantha. I'm not always in my phone. Kamala. Yes, you are. Every time I see you. Can't you check out for a change? Samantha puts her phone down. Samantha. You happy? Kamala. All right. Internal, the house, living room day. A very upset Joey and an anxious Giselle reaching her arms to him and trying to calm him in front of a very scared Josh. Joey. You're lucky I didn't beat the crap out of you. Giselle. Honey, please let me talk to him. What Daddy's trying to say, Joey, interrupting. I don't need you to talk for me. He's very lucky he's still in one piece. Giselle. What we're trying to tell you, Josh, is things are going to be very different, Joey. First of all, you're grounded. You just come down for family meals. No television and no computer. Giselle looks at Josh with a mixture of sympathy and worry. Joey. Second of all, we're locking up your phone for good. You don't know how to use it responsibly. Giselle. It's for your own good, honey. Joey. Yeah, like that ever worked. Giselle. Hey, that was totally unnecessary. Joey. Third, you're going to pay back every penny of that $10,000. Josh. How am I going to do that, being confined to my room with no electronic device? Joey. That's your problem, not mine. You're pretty smart fixing your school records, sending money to a foreign country. You can figure this one out, too. Giselle. Oh, Joey. Joey. We'll figure out something. Be quiet. To Josh. Now go to your room. I don't want to see you no more. He goes upstairs, expressionless. Joey. We've got to figure out some way to lock his door so he can't get out. Call the locksmith and tell him to come over. Now I got to deal with this credit card issue so we can get back the trust of the company. Giselle comes over and massages Joey. Giselle. Honey, just remember he's just a boy who's really smart, but in a world where he really doesn't understand. Josh is too young to understand the dangers of the tech world. Joey. You really got to be kidding. He stole our money and altered his school records. He knew what he was doing. Giselle. Honey, listen. Let's not act from our emotions. He needs us. He needs to know you care and support him. Joey, sarcastic, making a face. He needs to know I care and support him. That's all you can think of. I think my not beating the crap out of him is more than enough to show I care, which I really don't right now. Giselle, fine. I'll go talk to him. She goes upstairs. Fade out. Fade in. Internal, living room, day. Giselle comes down from upstairs, looking and feeling exasperated. Mike is there with Joey. Giselle, hi Mike. Mike, hi Giselle, how's it going? Giselle, don't ask. To Joey, darling, get me a cool wet pad and give me a massage. After that I'm going to take a facial soak, and I don't want to be disturbed. Joey, I told you not to waste your time on that boy. Giselle, Joey, he's our son. Mike, I could talk to him. Joey snickers. Giselle, there's a time in a boy's life no one ever tells you about when he ceases to be a boy, but he's far from being a man either. Mike, waxing poetic. Giselle, it's that hideous period called teenagerhood, and when we get tortured again with it as parents. Joey, well, I don't know about other teenagers, but this one's definitely a hideous monster from hell. Mike, what happened? Joey, don't ask. Mike, okay. Giselle interrupting. Come on, Joey. I don't want to wait all day on that mask and massage. Joey, focusing on Mike. Don't worry. This is only the beginning of a long hell for him. Two can play that game. Mike. And what do you hope to accomplish by this? Giselle, screaming. Hey, stop ignoring me. Get me what I asked. Joey gets up and starts toward the stairs. This from the woman who refuses to get me a beer after work. Giselle. Oh, Joey, stop. You know I get that beer most of the time. Plus, I never ask you to do anything. Now stop your whining. Joey goes upstairs. Mike, looking out and up, expressing out the room's tension on him. So, looks around at Giselle, who's sitting back, almost collapsed on the couch. Mike, anybody going to tell me what just happened with my grandson? Giselle. Oh, sorry, Mike. Too much for us at once. Well, he didn't just hack the school records. Get this. He hacked into his dad's credit card account and sent $10,000 to some strange woman in the Ukraine. Mike, grinning with incredulity. You're kidding. Giselle, do I look like I'm kidding? Mike, almost laughing. So that's what that whole thing with the Ukraine was about. Giselle, and you find this whole thing funny? Mike, no. Joey returns with the mask and lotion and sponges. Oh, jeez. Joey, the school says it's my fault he turned into this. Meanwhile, who's the one supposed to be keeping an eye on him all day while his parents are at work? But don't worry, I'm going to show them what real discipline is. In his tension, he starts to rub his hands in the lotion and slap it on Giselle's face, but she breaks away, takes the stuff, and gets up. Giselle, never mind, I'll do it myself. She proceeds to go upstairs. Mike, Joey, taking your anger out on your kid isn't going to fix your problems, and it isn't going to fix him. Joey, don't you have a home to go to? Mike, shrugging in futility. Look, Joey, I know you're stressed right now. Joey, interrupting. I'm not stressed. I just got saddled for some unknown reason with a son who's a complete moron and a society that's so messed up you can't blame the boy for what he done. Mike, I'm glad to hear that. Joey, it's the fault of the liberals turning this country into a dangerous free-for-all. Mike, yeah, right. Blame everything on the liberals instead of dealing with the problem. Joey, well, let me tell you something. It's the fault of that liberal socialist education system that he turned out like that. They teach you to steal and to hack. Mike, they do not teach you to steal. And whose fault is it you turned out like you turned out? Joey, nobody's. I turned out good. Mike, well. Joey, well what? Mike, you turned out well. Joey, yeah, whatever. And you know what really ticks me? He could have hacked into something useful like the government of China. Why couldn't he do that? Mike, are you kidding me? You can't just do something like that. It's illegal. Joey, no, it's not. They've been doing it to us for years, so it's perfectly legit. Mike, oh, so you mean if one country violates international law, it's all right to retaliate? Mike, Okay, Joey. Yeah, exactly. Mike. That's how the world gets a lot worse. You never heard the expression an eye for an eye and the whole world goes blind? Joey. Who said anything about eyes? I thought we were talking about hacking. Mike. I can't believe myself. A college professor talking to my son who can't even get aphorisms. Joey. Suddenly with a smile. Hey, wait a minute. I just thought of something. Mike stops and looks at him very curious. Josh needs to be homeschooled. Joey. Josh needs to be homeschooled, right? Mike. Yeah, that would make sense. Joey. So let's get the college professor to do it. I mean, here we are yapping all this nonsense. Mike. Yeah, but that never stopped you before. Joey. Josh will never let his mom and me school him with his big mouth and wise-ass ways. Mike. His mom and I. Joey. Yeah, whatever. Since he's already going to be corrupted by liberalism, might as well call on the family liberal himself. Mike. I don't know whether to be flattered or insulted. Joey. Come on, Dad, we need you. Mike. Well, I don't know if I could prepare him for the equivalency. That's a pretty full-time endeavor. Joey. You think we have the time to stay home and miss work? Well, all of a sudden, Josh appears, stunning both of them. He's half dressed, as is typical for him, ignores them, and goes straight for the kitchen. They both stare toward the kitchen. Joey. He won't eat a morsel at mealtime, but he'll attack the food like a caveman when it's not time to eat. Mike. I'll go talk to him. Leaves the room. Internal, kitchen, night. The refrigerator door is wide open, and Josh's head is stuck way inside, his butt sticking out towards the door, and Mike, who moves in on him. Mike, trying to angle at the fridge. What's there to eat? Josh, lost and confused. I don't know. Mike, come on, move aside, let me at it. Josh moves aside, and Mike grabs some chewy chocolate chip cookies, takes one package, and reaches out a second to Josh. Josh, thanks. They munch with satisfaction, eating all the while they talk. Josh. Hey. Pause. Can you do me a favor? Mike looks at him. Josh. Can you let me use your laptop? Like sneak it in without Dad knowing? Mike. Josh. I'd love to, but that wouldn't be right to go behind your parents' backs. Josh. Oh, come on. After he insults you all the time? Mike. See, that's the difference between me and your dad. He just reacts to what other people do and say. I do the right thing, even if it's unpopular. Josh looks impressed and superior. Mike. And that's your first lesson for homeschooling. Never abandon your principles and always do the right thing. Josh. I never do abandon my principles. They're just different from yours. You look out for other people. I look out for myself. That's the only way you get ahead. Mike. And where are you now? Josh. Oh, this doesn't count. My plan just backfired. But I'll figure out another one. Mike. Josh, you can't figure your way through life. Whether you want to get ahead for yourself or develop a set of principles that take others into consideration, which I think is the right way and a better way, you've got to learn the rules. That's why we have schooling. Josh, with his finger flicking. Well, I got suspended, so that plan's dead in the water. Mike. No, it's not, because you're going to get homeschooled. Josh. Yeah, right, like that's going to make a difference. Mike. It'll make a big difference. Josh. Yeah, it might if you were my teacher. Mike. Well, guess what? Surprise! Grins. I am your teacher. Josh. What? Nah, no you're not. Dad would never allow that. Besides, it's supposed to be a punishment. Mike. Well, here's lesson number 2. If a tenured college professor offers to homeschool you, take it. You're never going to get a better education to finish out high school. You'll be smarter than all your high school peers. Josh. Really? How'd you get Dad to agree to that? Mike. It was actually your dad who suggested it. Josh. You're kidding. Mike. He's my son. He's got to come up with a bright idea at least every once in a blue moon. Josh. Ooh, you're fresh. Mike. Yeah, let's keep it between us like you keep all your other secrets. Josh, still in disbelief. So you're going to teach me? Wow. So how many computer languages do you know? How good are you at cracking codes? Mike, I'm sorry, but this is not going to be about cracking codes. I'm not a computer scientist. I'm a sociology and English professor. Josh, grinning. How are you going to teach me if you don't know computers? Looks like I got to teach you. Mike, please do. One's never too old to learn. The 2 cookie boxes are completely empty. Internal living room night. In the front door walks Samantha with Kamala. Joey, Giselle, and Mike are suddenly transfixed in a kind of staring that would make any stranger uncomfortable. Samantha. Come on, guys, don't stare rudely. It's impolite. Kamala smiles and chuckles quietly. Kamala in a soft, girlish voice. Hi? Samantha. This is my friend, Kamala. Giselle. Nice to meet you, Kamala. Kamala. The pleasure's all mine. Joey. Wow, a kid with manners. Can you please teach my children how to respect their parents? She chuckles. Kamala. Must be my southern upbringing. Joey. Southern? With a name like... It's Kamala. Joey. Yeah, whatever. Samantha. Impatiently. Come on, Kamala. Joey. You know, for a girl, you sure look like a boy. Everybody looks at him with shock. Kamala. Excuse me? Samantha. Clenching teeth. Dad, you're embarrassing me. Joey. No boys are allowed in your room with you alone. You know that. Samantha. Oh, my God. Kamala. It's okay, Mr. Stivic. I'm a girl. The 2 girls hurry upstairs. Mike. I don't mean to upset you, Joey, but if she likes a boy, she's going to find a way around you. Joey. No, she won't. My word is law around here. Mike. Poor Samantha. Joey. And another thing. What's with this boys looking like girls or girls looking like boys? Mike. Oh, so you have a problem with transgender? Joey. Don't get me wrong. I'm very sensitive to people. Mike. Like a Mack truck. Joey. Hey, I never make those comments about people being black or gay because I know they're super sensitive and it becomes a federal case. Mike. Or Mexican. Joey. They don't count. They're not legal. Mike. Most of them are legally allowed to be here. Joey. You should come down to my shop. You'd see how wrong you are. Anyway, I was going to say if she was gay, I'd have no problem. Giselle. Yeah, except you wouldn't let her up alone with Samantha. Joey. Yeah, well, that stands to reason. Same reason I don't let her up with boys. Internal. Samantha's room night. Samantha and Kamala are kissing. All of a sudden, Kamala moves forward and this time grabs Samantha toward her and locks her mouth on Samantha's while holding her tightly, her arms all the way around Samantha as they kiss the way lovers do. Although Samantha at first shifts her eyes with this unexpected deep kiss, she begins to relax into it and enjoy it, with a big smile on her face, which causes Kamala to smile brightly. Fade out. Okay, we're fading out. Let me turn off the camera, and that's that.